guys, MJ here from Nitecore Singapore. Today we're going to look at the new Nitecore MH12SE, alright? How it stacks up against similar lights and the 5 reasons that make this the perfect compact spotlight for law enforcement and everyday use. Right, before we begin, if you want to win this latest MH12SE, make sure to subscribe to this channel and comment below on how this MH12SE will help you in the kind of work that you do. Right, once we hit 500 likes, I'll announce the winner in the description box below. So let's start with the biggest questions, right? What's the difference between the MH12S, right, this one, and the MH12SE, this one, right? The 12S was released in 2020 and the 12SE 2 years later in 2022. On the surface, they look exactly the same, right? Even the brightness the same at 1800 lumens, right? Here's how they both look like, MH12S here and 12SE here. The only difference is the beam distance. Right? The 12SE throws a solid 100 meter further, giving it a 405 meter reach versus the MH12S, which is just 294 meters reach. So how did it achieve such an improvement when the size is exactly the same, right? The diameters didn't change. For context, the next closest 500 meter beam light is the MH25S here. Okay, for this to hit 400 to 500 meters, the bezel needed to be 40 mm. Look at the size of that, right? Compared with the MH25SE, this is 25 mm, this is 40 mm. Because the bigger the reflector, the longer the beam. Light axis is a flat light. You can't reach the end, right? Alright, the next biggest question is why did they make a longer reach MH12S? Right, so this request came from the operators that needed a compact weapon light with a tighter beam pattern. Right, carefully crafted so it's easier for you to acquire targets downrange. So this makes it the perfect weapon-mounted light or for use with a firearm like this. Right, the current favorite for this combination is the P20i here. Right, this does a cool 343 meters beam, but you can see it runs a 32 mm bezel. Right, compared with the MH12SE, right, see it's slightly larger. And with the belt holster, right, it takes up quite a lot of space on your duty belt. Look at the size difference, right? The footprint on your belt is going to be quite big, alright? Right, for the MH25S at 40 mm is going to be even worse, right? With this holster is really big. So the ability to pack a 400 meter beam in such a small size is what they were going for. SE. It's the beam profile. So is the MH12SE an upgrade to the MH12S? In terms of beam pattern, I would say it's not. At close distances, you can't tell the difference. Only at the 100 meter mark and beyond, you start to see a narrower hotspot. What it's actually doing is taking the same amount of light, right, and just focusing it into a smaller circle here. Right, you can see this is the 12S, this is the 12SE. The SE has a slightly tighter spot, so up close you can't really tell the difference, but when this is extended out over 200, 300, 400 meters, then you can see that, oh wow, this starts to fade away and this one becomes a tighter spot. So what is this useful for? From an operator's point of view, this puts more light on target. So at 50 to 100 meters, you can clearly see where their hands at, what they're holding, and you can see their faces clearly. And on the receiving end of it, right, the blinding glare is more intense as long as you're within the hotspot. Right, but if you don't need all that, then the beam upgrade doesn't matter to you. What I would consider a secret upgrade is the tail cap design. This is the new 12SE tail cap design. This is the old 12 tail cap design. Right, they didn't even mention it in the features, but as soon as I pulled it out of the holster, I realized the benefits of this new grip collar. Okay, it just grips better and it feels a lot more confident, especially with gloves, wet weather or sweaty palm. You're not going to slip and drop the light with this new design, right? When you pull it out of the holster, look, it catches on here and you're good to go, right? Versus the older MH12S, when you just pull, I mean, you might slip off, right? Because there's nothing here to catch your grip, especially if you have it this way, right? When you pull, it might slip here. When we with this collar grip, right there, it grips the part of your hands and fingers. Very, very confident grip, okay? It sounds like a small upgrade, but drawing and holstering your light is an important part of the user experience, and this design helps a lot, right? Look at that. Very good purchase here, then you just pull and then you're good to go. Since we're on a tail cap, here's how it works. The big button controls on off. The mode button in front helps you change the brightness and also doubles as a battery indicator. When it's on and it's under 50% battery, it will slow blink blue here. When it's close to 0, this will flash rapidly. So now you know exactly when to change your batteries. When the light is on, just tap to change brightness. Now the way you can use it can be customized to fit your work. Right? There are two main modes, daily mode and tactical mode. So what's the difference? On daily mode, which comes standard when you take it out of the box, if you use a lower brightness, like this, right, you turn it off and on again, it will remember that same brightness. Right? So if you're working up close throughout the night, right, you turn it off and on again, you won't get blinded, right, every time you turn on the light. The tactical mode, on the other hand, works very differently and will not remember what mode you left it in. So here's how to change modes. When the light is off, hold the mode button, click the tail cap switch, keep holding the mode button for approximately 3 seconds, it will flash 2 times, let go. Right now you're in tactical mode. If you want to switch back, just do the same thing. In this mode, as long as you mash the button, it will turn on at full 1800 lumens. There's no brightness memory on this mode. So if I change it to low, right, I turn it off and on again, it will always go on to turbo. Right, so this feature was requested by the tactical guys because they cannot afford to have their light turn on at the wrong mode at the wrong time. Right, so no matter how stressful the situation, as long as I mash the button, it will come on at max brightness. Okay? So no matter if you are a civilian or operator, this light can work in your favor. Just choose the right mode. You can get the best of both worlds with this light. Now to help withstand impact, right, they've added heavy duty front springs to stop the battery from slamming into the circuit board. So there's one spring at the back here and another spring in the front here. Right, so this suspends the battery in between two springs like this. This protects against repeated bashing, a rifle recoil, and of course drops on the ground. Right, if the light didn't have a front spring here and you drop it on the ground, light will carry the weight of the battery down into the circuit, damaging the light. That's why some cheap lights, once you drop on the floor, the whole thing spoils because the battery damaged the front circuit. This one with double springs here, right, you can see, you hit it down, the battery bounces out, means you have double springs, front and back. Okay, so next, how do I carry the light? The MH12SE comes with this NTH10 quick draw holster, belt hooks at the back and adjustable slots for you to fit your duty belt here. Right, there's a hole at the bottom so you can turn on the light while it's in the holster. Right, you can put it up high on your shoulder or vest for hands-free lighting. So this style of holster gives you faster deployment speed, right, compared to the older nylon pouches like these. Right, if you want to draw the light, you gotta peel, which makes a lot of noise. Then you gotta pull out the light, put it back, use it. Right, then when you want to put it back, again you gotta peel, aim and slot it in, and then close. Okay, compare with a quick draw holster. Right, just grab, pull, done and done. Okay, see the difference? And with this new grip collar tail cap, it really gives a confident pull. Right, it's not going to palm out of your hand anytime. Okay, really solid grip. You can also buy the optional NTR10 ring if you prefer. Right, it snaps on like this and then just snap on there. Okay, so what's good about this ring is that it helps in flashlight retention. Right, the older way of doing retention is via those coiled stretchable lanyards. For standard patrols, it can still work to stop you from losing your light as you run and tumble through obstacles. But when you get into a scuffle, right, the lanyard can be used against you. Right, there was a real-life case of a criminal almost strangled an officer with his own retention cable. So that's why we're leaning towards this kind of rings for retention now. Okay. Another way of doing retention is via the wrist lanyards. Okay, these lanyards are included in the packaging. You can set it up this way and loop it around your fist instead. So from the back to the front and then this way. Okay, then you go like this. Alright, so many ways of using it. The very, very old school way, right? And then you do like this, and if you drop it, you gotta have, oh, sorry, and then you got it up again. Optional accessories include this NTW 25mm traffic cone, right? It converts your light into a 1800 lumen traffic wand, right? Some of the guys will have this on their waist, on beacon mode or SOS mode during traffic stops. Right, to get into SOS mode while it's on, press and hold until it goes into your strobe, then you'll cycle into your beacon, and then one more time, this is your 3 long 3 short. Right, so most of the guys have it in this. If you want to tail stand it, right, you can't, but you can put it in the holster like this, and then it will stand just fine. Right, you can also mount this again on your shoulder, vest, at the back, anywhere. You can switch out the orange cone for a diffuser model like this, right, but a 25mm version, and then you got yourself a table lantern, right? So this is a slightly larger size, it doesn't fit properly. I don't have the 25mm with me at the moment, but yeah, you can get the 25mm, okay? The last is the battery type. Right now, the reason why it has such incredible runtime, right, is the 21700 batteries at 5000 milliamperes. Right, these are much larger than the common 18650 batteries. Okay, look at the size, and of course, way bigger than your typical AA batteries. Right, so here's how AA battery stacks up against modern flashlight batteries like this. You can charge the battery via the built-in USB-C port here, right, through your vehicle or laptop or via a power bank as well. Right, just plug it in and it's good to go. It takes around 3 hours 15 minutes to fully charge the included 5000 milliampere battery, which is incredibly fast. Right, older generation of lights took about 6 to 8 hours to fully charge, especially for built-in chargers. This is really fast. If you want to charge it even faster, you can use external chargers like the UMS2, right, or UMS4, okay, which could charge as fast as 90 minutes. If your group still uses CR123 batteries, you can run the light with this included battery magazine and then put 2 CR123s like this. Okay, this is actually the size of a 2170 battery. If you're wondering if it's waterproof, yes, it is down to 2 meters, but it's not for diving, okay, so don't bring it diving. The USB cover is really deep, okay, and it gives a complete seal against water, dust and dirt. So that's it, the 5 key things that make this the perfect compact spotlight for law enforcement and everyday use. Right, the tighter 400-meter beam pattern, right, the new grip collar for confident hold in wet conditions, right, double springs for impact protection, and quick draw holsters, right, and of course the extra long run time 21700 modern batteries. So down to the ultimate question, right, do you need this MH12SE? Right, if you work with firearms and you need a small light that puts enough light on target at a distance, yes, get this. Right, you wouldn't find a better compact throw light than this today. Right, if you don't work with firearms and need a tighter beam for, say, marine use, spotting items off the side of a ship, right, inspecting large planes or similar, where you need concentrated light on an area in a small handheld, then again, yes, get this. Right, it beats out every other compact throw light before it, and it will hold its place for many years to come because of its incredible build quality. Right, there's no rattling sound or anything at all. This is perfectly built light. Right, this is something that many people forget when they compare lights between brands and cheap Amazon lights. Right, $200 for this, or get something of the same spec but cheaper. Right, always go with the one with the longest development history. This is, after all, the 6th generation of MH12 lights, and you're getting over 10 years of research, design and user feedback since the very first model. Right, it's all rolled into this one light. So don't put your personal safety on the wrong flashlight. Right, know your working distance, pick the right light and you'll be far more effective. Now, if you got this far and fall into the use cases I mentioned earlier, I personally believe that this will work perfectly for your scenarios, as they have for our own clients here in Singapore. Right, so these are all in stock now at nitecorelights.com. It's 199 Singapore dollars for the MH12SE, and if you buy it online from us today, I also throw in 2 of the most useful items that complement your new light. Right, this is the latest ALS 157 utility light. Right, this is magnetic, the whole thing is magnetic, and it comes with a spotlight, floodlight, and also you can press and hold, change it to a red light or red blinker. Right, this clips in anywhere. You can have it here, right, anywhere you want. You can also turn and rotate the light to face the angle that you need. Right, this is incredibly useful as a backup. It's also USB-C charging. Right, this is $69 and you get it free. Next is the NDH10 combat cap. Right, this waterproof nano fabric cap from Nitecore will keep you cool and dry in your ops. Right, there's a patch in front here and patch space at the back for you to slap on your own morale patches. Alright, there. Okay, this is $39, you get it free as well. If you buy everything outside, it's $287, but you can get it now for just $199. You can also go for 3 months or 4 months installment, so there's literally no excuse to take advantage of this incredible offer. Right, so they are all in stock now, and if you need to buy in bulk for your organization, just contact me directly and I'll be able to help you work out a deal. Right, as usual, these will sell out fast, so order yours today. Once your order is placed, we'll courier everything to your door within a couple of days. Link to orders in the description below. As usual, this comes with our 60-day money-back guarantee and fast-free 3-year warranty, so there's no risk at all. That's it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, where we help you choose the best lights for your work or adventure, subscribe below, and I'll see you on the next video. Right, don't forget to see the beam shot video of this, comparing between the MH12S and MH12SE, link on this card here. Alright, that's it. I'm Jay signing out.